Hey guys, and welcome back. I hope you're doing well. In this video we're going to be looking at a external USB drive, but this one is a little bit different in that it is hardware encrypted and is extremely secure. So let's dive in. So before we get to the technicals and what this drive can actually do for you, let's unbox it and see what you get inside. God damn, even the box is secure. Okay, so we managed to get inside, and that is some sturdy box, I have to tell you. So the drive itself is inside the box, and it's in this plastic covered box there with a very hard top on the top to secure the drive, because you know it is a secure drive and it needs to be kept, well, secure. So in the box we get the drive itself, and we'll go through that in a moment. Okay, so in the lid that we took off just a moment ago is the cable to connect the drive to your computer, and this is a USB 3 and 3.1 connection on here. So you get the cable in there, and also a quick start guide inside there as well, should you need that. So the cable is very short and has caps on either end to protect the end of the cable itself. That's always nice to see on a product of this price point. USB 3 and 3.1 as I've just mentioned, and there you get the power and the data all in one connection, as you normally do on those type of cables. So as we look at the device itself, this is the unit, and this is an SSD version. This is a 500 gig SSD secure drive, and there is no way you're going to be getting inside that. I guess if you really wanted to, you could get inside that. I don't know how secure it is. Maybe we'll test that a bit later to see how secure the actual encasing of the drive actually is, and whether that will permit you to view any files and things like that. But I guess not. The data is actually encrypted on the drive in any case, so even if someone were to break in, they wouldn't be able to read the data. And we'll go through the hardware specs and the technical details of the actual unit in just a second. So as you can see here, you get the keypad on there, and you need to enter a key before you can actually use the drive when you plug it in. Now this is OS agnostic, so it'll work on any operating system. It doesn't need any drivers or anything like that. Just plug it in, type your PIN number in once that's set, and away you go. Access your files like you normally would. On the back of the unit you can see simple instructions on how to use it, and if you haven't already guessed, I've already just said that. So plug it in, enter the PIN, and it's unlocked. So for first use, I would strongly recommend reading the user guide. It goes through the step-by-step instructions on how to change the PIN. Firstly, is the first thing you should do on any secure drive, is change the default PIN, and then follow the instructions on how to change that yourself. We're not going to go through too many details about this because it is a secure drive and you need to figure out that yourself when you make your own purchase. So let's go through some of the technical specifications of this particular drive. So this is the 500 gig SSD variant of the secure drive, and transfer rates are around 292 megs read and 299 megabytes per second on the write, which is pretty fast. It comes with FIPS 140-2 level 3 validation for the encryption itself. The user is the authentication is by the keypad, as you can see there. Obviously this is upside down, but that makes no difference. Let's turn it around the right way. USB 3 and 3.1, as I've already mentioned. AES ATX 256-bit encryption. Doesn't matter, it's hardware encrypted, so you can't plug this in and decrypt it using software. It's only encrypted through the device itself, so you don't have that PIN number, you're not getting your data back. And there is a caveat to that as well, and we'll go through that in a bit. As we've already mentioned, the data encryption, data protection is real-time military grade 256-bit XTS. The full disk is encrypted, not one single part of the disk is not encrypted, so there's no chance of kind of sneaking something in there to find out how you can decrypt the contents of the drive. It ain't happening. FIPS 140, as we've already mentioned before, the caveat with the PIN number, if you enter the wrong PIN number 10 times consecutively in a short period of time, the drive will self-erase. Now, I don't think it will do that, obviously, when it's not plugged in, because it needs power to do that. So if you plug this in, enter your PIN number wrong 10 times, all the data will be destroyed. There's no getting it back. You will have to reformat the drive and then copy your data, assuming you have a backup of the data that's on the drive in the first place. It is also immune to bad USB ports and firmware. You cannot flash this thing. It comes ready to go factory, as you buy it. You can't reprogram it at all. It is immune to that completely. You can have 2 users, one admin user on this and then one standard user. The admin user can set pins and things like that. Obviously the single user, the normal user, can be set in read-only mode as well, which is also good. So they can't write to it. So if you need someone to copy something off of it, you don't want them to change anything or anything like that, that's completely possible too. If you have the device plugged in and you don't access it or do anything with it in 60 seconds, it will auto lock and you'll have to enter the PIN number again. We'll plug this in a minute and you can see there's a little LED, or you will see when it's plugged in, there's an LED at the top which tells you the current status being unlocked or locked. As I've already mentioned previously, this is compatible with any operating system. So Microsoft, iOS, Android, Linux, Chrome, thin clients, embedded systems, and all those kind of things. Anything you can imagine that has a USB port, Chromebooks even, anything, it will work with all of those. Anything that supports a USB external device, basically. And finally, the warranty is 2 years. It is a limited warranty, but you do get that warranty there just in case the drive fails. So I'm going to plug it in now, just so I can show you the display on there. Hopefully the camera can pick this up. I've plugged this in now. It is currently locked using the default pin, which is in the user guide that you get with it. And as you can see there, denoted by the red LED, that is locked. So I'm now going to unlock that using the default pin, and then you will see that change to green. And there you can see the drive is now active. It has just popped up on my screen and the LED has gone green there, and you can see the activity light doing its thing as the drive is actually being read. So it's effectively unplugged even though it's plugged in until you enter the key. Lovely. So we're now going to lock the drive. And the drive is now locked, and I can no longer access that on the computer. And you can unplug that and walk away. It really is that simple to use. With the drive itself, you also get a product from ESET, free for 1 year, mind, and that is Drive Security, and that will automatically scan the drive as you activate it, and anything you basically copy from and to that drive will be scanned for malware and ransomware and all those kind of things. So that's an extra bit of peace of mind that you're not copying something infected which is going to infect the rest of the drive. Despite it being encrypted, it's always best to have that that level of security there just in case. So that is free for 1 year. So the price of the drive is quite expensive for a 500 gig SSD, but for what you're getting, hardware encryption, PIN code access, for companies, and it's mainly going to be aimed at companies or anyone that needs to secure data, invoices. It could be anything that you deem that is a security risk if it gets lost. This drive is perfect for you. There really is no chance of anyone getting hold of the data, even if they get physical access to the drive without the PIN number. They are doomed to fail, and there's no way they're going to get the data from the drive. So it's aimed at businesses that need to secure their data, maybe mobile workers that need to not have data stored on a laptop, for example, and they need to have it on here. Whatever the data may be, it's secured on the drive. And this drive retails for around $385, and you can buy that directly from their website, and I'll put a link in the video description of where you can get yours. As for those of you in the UK, I haven't been able to find any pricing on this in the UK, but obviously you can buy that direct from their website and they will ship it out to you. There may be a tax on top of that for shipping it into the UK, but for what you're getting for the price is minimal compared to the security that you're getting from this device itself. So it's definitely worth having a device like this for your secure data. So that wraps up our quick look at the Secure Drive KP. We may come back to this in the future for a more detailed so things like transfer rate and things like that, and actually test to see how secure this drive is. I'm not going to do it in this video, but we may do that in future videos. And we are now working with these guys, so we will most likely get other products from them, and we'll try and show you those in a bit more in depth as well in future videos as we get products in from these guys. So thank you very much to Secure Data for sending this drive over for us to look at, and I hope this video was useful for you in showing you how secure, or at least how physically secure your data is on one of these drives. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.